Show her. Okay, can I ask some difficult questions to you two people?
Sure
Folks.
thing.
You are
loud.
you are a Danny Mullen fan, correct?
Yes.
And you are, would you say that you were
Present tense?
Present tense.
Yeah.
Great. This is good. And are you transsexual?
I'm transgender. I think that's,
Transgender.
like,
That's
not
the
really a
term.
people
Okay.
use, but
Transgender. That's cool because I've been trying to look for a fan that was transgender for a long time. So first of all,
yeah,
I just
I've
want to
been
give
a
you
long time fan.
That's amazing. Thank you so
know,
much for being a fan of ours.
And Joni's not the first, though. We actually had a transgender fan come out when we made Inlanigi do stand-up, blacked
True.
out.
I forgot.
It's not...
forgot about her.
Yeah, we appeal to all types of people.
Yes.
It's the gayest channel on YouTube at this point.
Now,
It's pretty gay.
I'm just curious. I'm a curious guy, and I kind of want to know when you decided that it was time to, I guess, transition, or what was that like? That internal strife growing up, or what? Like, I'm curious.
Like I grew up mainly in the South in Nashville, and
Oh, wow.
I wasn't like really exposed to a lot of that. My family just wasn't really around it. Didn't have any friends that were like that. I didn't know much about it until I became an adult and just started to get more out in the world and see things. And I don't know, I've always been like unhappy with myself in that way. Like growing up, I like had a lot of problems as a teenager and stuff. And then
Gender-related problems, you think?
I mean, I'm not really sure like exactly where it stems from. I just, issues with parents and all sorts of things. But yeah, no, just moving out into the world, I started to be able to see all that and realize what it was. And it was a long time before I like figured it out. And I guess that was about a year and a half ago is when I like finally had that realization about myself. I was like in my room, I was painting, and it was like, it just kind of like hit me like that.
Were
Yeah.
you painting a cock? And you're like, you know what, I wouldn't mind sucking one of those.
Well, I don't think that's how it works. Maybe it was more like she looked down at her own cock and said, it's time to change this up.
Were those inappropriate things that Leo and I
I'm
just
sorry.
said?
We're just ignorant. We're ignorant, and we don't know what's going on. I want to, I'm not trying to make light of any of this, of your internal strife or anything like that, but we want to know what would make you want to change genders per se, or is it a thing that I don't know how to ask this, but yeah, that's basically, tell me more. Continue.
I used to be very unhappy. I'd look in a mirror and I would just hate myself. I was like very self-destructive. I was like on a downward path, and yeah, my life just wasn't really going well. And it's like when I did finally realize this and I started to make those changes and like, I guess I probably looked terrible at the beginning, just trying to figure it out and figure out outfits and all that. But
You're
I just
absolutely beautiful now, by the way. So.
Thank you.
Stay away from Leo's vehicle after this.
Will do. Don't worry. No parking lot blowjobs.
Leo doesn't
I love that you
discriminate.
even know that reference.
If you have hair that goes below your ears, Leo gets sucked by you. He doesn't care.
I do have a bit later on that I'm going to ask maybe if you wanted to participate in. It includes fan Jerry. Maybe we could give him a little FaceTime. A big fan that's super into fan Jerry. We get a little little talk on. That'd be great. Only if you want to. If you want to play along, that'd be
sure
great.
Do you feel, Joni, happier now that you've transitioned?
Yeah, no, I'm like super happy. I didn't want to be alive. I didn't really want to do anything. I was just like, just doing, I guess, a lot of drugs at the time. And like, I had a friend, I was just like drinking. I was really, really not feeling good. And whenever I started to, like transition, and then when I finally got on hormones, I just started feeling so much happier. And I felt like more at peace. I used to be just like angry all the time.
Sure.
And I've just, I look in the mirror now and I like feel really happy about myself. And people have been pretty nice about it, to be honest. It hasn't been like a big thing to where, people are like that rude to me. And definitely not in person. I'm sure people make comments and stuff, but I really don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
And then, Joni, one thing that's interesting about your story is you transitioned after you moved out here and you were an adult. How do you feel? I mean, nowadays it seems like the transgender issue isn't too controversial, except when it comes to transitioning children. And how do you feel about that? Because I feel like you did it the right way. You grow up, you become an adult, you are able to make your own decisions, and then you decide what's going to happen. How do you feel about children?
I'm definitely like not an authority on that. I don't know. It's like, it's just, it had nothing to do with my situation in it. And I really don't even like pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It's just something where I'm kind of indifferent on. It's other people's bodies, and I don't really give a fuck what you do.
It's a great way to look at things, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, are you, if I may ask, are you pre or post-op?
And pre. I'm super poor, so like I'm not able to pay for that yet.
Would you though?
How
Yes.
expensive is it?
So I
What
know
does it cost?
some transgendered women think that having a penis doesn't interfere with their femininity, and they're like
Caitlyn
cool
Jenner.
with having it.
That
When
Caitlyn
you're
Jenner
on
says that.
like a bunch of hormones and when you're on blockers and everything, it doesn't work the same, and it's just kind of pointless. That's more what it's about.
What do the blockers and the hormones do to your penis, if we may ask?
I guess like, okay, I mean, I'll get personal. When I first started taking estrogen, it's like coming was different. Like it wasn't the same anymore. It was just like long and stringy and like clear. And then when I started taking blockers, I just like stopped completely. Like nothing ever comes out. Doesn't like get as hard anymore or anything. And yeah, it doesn't like have as much feeling.
Is that frustrating that you're losing your old form of sexual pleasure?
I think sexual drive goes down a little bit too. So, I mean, it's frustrating in a way, but I'm just so happy like with the rest of me that it's like not that huge of a deal for me. It's like,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
And you still
I
keep
feel
your
satisfied.
prostate, which I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
for me,
that's
big.
what works for me.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that works for you. So have you been with a man yet?
That's him.
guys-
That's her boyfriend.
Yeah,
he lives
Tyler's
with
my
King Croc,
boyfriend.
too.
Tyler. First of all, you got yourself a banging hot chick, dude.
Thank you, man.
And how did you guys
agree.
meet?
I was putting out street art.
Okay.
She was putting out street art too. She had like a banana plant sticker. It's like a potted plant with a banana coming out. She had her Instagram handle on there. I didn't put mine on any of mine because I didn't really want people to like seek me out or like hit me up on Instagram like starting out. And I hit her up. We hit it off, like chilled at her house, saw the amazing paintings she made, and like it was a couple months before we really like hooked up.
Okay.
And
How did the
we're a
first hookup
couple.
go?
Yeah.
It was a little awkward.
We grilled Dino.
I get it.
It's
It was a
only
little
fair
awkward. All right. It was a little awkward, but this is great. This is beautiful. Also, I mean, I'm sure there's a fan out there that might be thinking about transitioning, and it's cool to hear.
There might be one in
success
this
story.
room.
There might be one in this room.
Right over there.
Are you pointing at Austin or Dino?
So we continue. Yes. So the first hookup was, but first, really quickly, have you had encounters with men and women in your day, or just strictly women?
I was a virgin before I met her.
Holy shit!
To be honest,
this is
yeah.
so interesting. You're a handsome guy. I find that hard to believe.
Just really shy.
I get
Just
it.
really shy.
Please
I
tell
see-
us about this first encounter. You lost your virginity to this woman to your left.
Yeah.
Johnny. Yeah.
Like
Johnny.
the only thing that made it awkward was being a virgin, like
Okay.
feeling shy about it, not really knowing exactly what to do.
Okay.
But we ended up making it work.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did who drew first blood as far as like who gave oral to whom first?
Think it was
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
High
Nice.
five.
Let's go, bro.
High five. You got blown. Was that everything you'd hoped it would be?
blowjobs are my favorite actually.
Really?
I don't know. I don't like them as much as
Okay.
like penetration.
You like
Something like
penetration. And then
Yeah.
penetration, I imagine it involved lubricant. Did you guys go lube first time?
We didn't do it first time.
Okay.
Not the first time.
Not the
Took
first
some
time.
practice.
Tell me about the first time.
What does that mean, dude?
I'm trying to think.
What the fuck is that, dude?
I don't
We
even
were
know. I mean, I've
probably-
done a lot. I don't even know what that is.
It's hard to like remember exactly when the first time is, but we were just like at this house and we would paint every single day, just like a lot of painting, and then we'd take breaks from that, and then every once in a while we'd fuck, and I guess that was probably the first time. It was probably like doggy style. I'm pretty sure.
Hell
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
It
Lube?
sounds great.
Lube?
Yeah,
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice.
that's necessity.
And then Joni, so this was after hormones, so your penis is just sort of an ornament at this point. Like it doesn't really get hard.
No, I think that was like when I was just first taking estrogen, and it's like a gradual decline. It's like not something that's just like immediate.
Do you miss being able to receive a reach around or jerking yourself off a little bit?
I mean, I still can. It's just it's not the same. Yeah, definitely not the same anymore. But yeah, I still can. I guess.
And you're okay with going through with the surgery, just getting rid of the penis altogether?
Yeah, if I could pay for it, I would do it like
How
today.
much is it? How much is it?
I think it's like around 70 grand.
Wow, that's expensive.
So the army,
It's a very serious.
so the
surgery.
army used to pay for it, right? Was that what was the big deal with Trump? Kind of negated that, or it was like if you join the military, they used to pay for the surgery. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not joining the military.
No, I know,
think
but it's.
that's a lot. I think you got to do something really heroic in order to get a sex
I
change
agree.
in the
I agree.
military.
It's if it's now that I know it's $70,000.
Yeah.
you got to at least take out the enemy a couple times.
You got to
have
charge
a kill.
You got to
at least.
charge a gun in
Transitioned with
100%.
honor, dude. With honor.
How-
Yeah.
well, this is interesting. Have you guys thought about starting like an OnlyFans or anything like that?
I'd like to sell some breast milk. I think that's like where I should go with that.
You're lactating now from the hormones.
When I have like a good amount of them, yes. It happens.
I
every once in a
want to
while.
ask Brooks to taste it, but I shouldn't, right? I shouldn't. I said it out loud.
no.
I said it out loud.
Oh,
no.
I'm sure Tyler's tasted it, right?
Tyler, what's it taste like?
Like very, very, very slightly salty, but like just barely. Not
Nice,
really.
Tyler.
Okay, so it's kind of not bad. Maybe like a.
guess it's just.
Yeah. It's
Tyler.
precious stuff too. I wouldn't want it. That's stealing. You know, you should sell it for a lot.
Joni, do you
There-
treat him
there
like your
could be
little?
like a-
do you treat him like your little baby when he sucks on your nipples?
No. No, I just usually have my eyes closed. It just feels good.
We ask almost every man that's on this pod to show the penis, but you're a woman, so we can't ask her to see this thing, can we?
I think
It's up to you, Danny.
I think she understands what you're suggesting, and if she wants to, she'll do it. But
I mean, that would be life changing for a few people. I think if we need to force Dino and Austin.
It's always Leo who's like, let's get the dicks out.
well, it's
This podcast has just
I would
become
feel-
two gay guys in a chair.
and two gay guys in a chair.
Two
I would
gay
say
guys
this.
in
I would
chairs.
feel like an asshole if I didn't ask, though. Don't you think it's almost like a form
You're right.
of
It's be inclusive.
race?
It
It's
is-
not racism, but it's almost bigotry if I don't ask her.
It is inclusive
to show.
Fuck it, it's small, but you can see.
Oh, this is hilarious, dude. Danny, are we going to
mine's
take a look?
small too, Joni. So as you informed not just me, but the entire watching audience in the newest video,
Sorry.
for which I say this, okay?
He's sensitive about it.
Anyone who asks me how big their penis is getting told it's small. That doesn't matter who
King
it
Croc,
is.
ask her.
I don't want to ask her that.
Well, it's pretty awesome that you're game to show your penis. This is I get
I guess, and like honestly, it's like I even avoid just using words for it. It's something I do definitely feel like the word is like dysphoria about it. I like don't have it. I look in the mirror and I definitely don't like it. I can't wait until I can get surgery. Like that's gonna be a big improvement and just like make sex overall easier and all that.
That's why Croc is so into socialized medicine.
Tyler, are you excited to be a two-hole man in the future? A
Very
three-hole
excited.
man. Three-hole man, I guess. Is what
very
you're gonna be.
excited.
Yeah.
When are you guys meeting the folks? When are you going to take it to that level?
She's already met mine, and I've already met hers.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Everybody's
already
cool?
there.
Everybody's cool.
That is
Everybody's
awesome.
happy.
his mom.
Yeah.
His mom is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really glad they get along.
Hell yeah.
Tyler, you don't get a little greedy. I know some guys sometimes they're visiting the girlfriend's mom and they get a couple glasses of champagne in themselves and they start like, hey, mama, baby,
What's up, baby?
what do you think
Mamma
we
mia.
what do you think we retire to the hot tub? We get it.
You're hot.
You know, and then you just gotta be like, okay, an ex-boyfriend of Mia's mom got them a hotel room at the Ritz-Carlton and made it sound the entire weekend like there were going to be multiple rooms and that Mia and her friend should come up, and there was just one room and the guy had a cot in there.
What?
He was clearly trying to have an orgy
What?
with Mia and Mia's mom and some
That's
of Mia's friends.
insane.
Which, like, I mean, I don't blame him.
That's
like,
a great call.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're fucking Mia's mom, why? Like, I would understand why a guy would want to try to fuck a Mia too. Leo, you're thinking about
Mia's
this.
mom is hot, dude.
Yeah.
But no, but the mother-daughter, I've had two opportunities where I thought I was going to get a mother-daughter blowjob, and they both kind of backed out. I think
Tough.
I don't think it's a real thing. I don't think it really happens.
Tyler,
I can.
I could tell you're an experimental thinker, but don't get too creative with those fantasies, all right? Stick to Joni, not
That's
Joni's
not my
mom.
style. It's definitely not my style.
Joni, do you have a hot mom?
My mom?
Yeah.
I mean, she's attractive.
She's attractive. There you go. You heard it from Joni right there.
Joni, you guys have you talked about kids in the future or anything like that?
No, I mean, I can't have them, but
What kind of question
you
was
know,
that?
I don't like children. I don't plan on it.
Wow, King
I read it on Twitter. It said men can get pregnant. They
That's
said that
fun.
men can get pregnant on Twitter. So
That's,
In the future, they'll be able to put a womb in there.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't ever plan on having kids.
or
It's not
you don't know, you
something
wouldn't
I
want to adopt kids.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Too much responsibility.
Tyler, you guys share a bed together. What's your sex life like? How often are you guys having sex?
Pretty much at least once a day.
Wow.
Usually more, but like, yeah, at least once.
That's a lot of passion. And then Joni, you and I mean, I like the ass play too. So I feel like I can relate to you in that regard. Reach out for some nucks here. Do you have to? I get self-conscious about like, am I clean down there? Or do you have like a pretty sophisticated regimen of like staying clean so that Tyler can enjoy unrestricted access?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Nice.
No, I definitely like prepare and everything.
Hell yeah, Tyler. You got yourself a fucking Hershey Highway, baby.
Let's get.
Been working on that.
I do want to know, Joni, what kind of porn did and do you watch?
Oh, all trans porn.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you like to see? Like what part? Because I know when I watch straight porn, it's obviously not the cock and the dude I'm looking at. I'm looking at the chick. When you watch trans porn, what are you looking at and being aroused by?
I guess like the girl getting fucked and just like putting myself in her situation.
Are you watching a trans girl get fucked or
Yeah.
a biological girl get fucked?
Trans girl get fucked.
Nice.
By a straight dude?
Or like other trans girls. Trans for trans things.
Yeah, I used to, people will know this about me. I used to think it was totally, as a guy who identifies as a straight man, think it's green light to watch a transgendered chick fuck a biological chick. Because that's not really stepping out of my boundaries.
It's probably more straight on the level of straight than watching like what would be straight porn. Because
Yes.
then you're watching a guy
guy.
with a dick. You're watching a
That's
girl
what
with a
Dino
dick.
You're right.
says. That's what
it's,
Dino
it's
says.
almost lesbian porn I'm watching.
I mean, I think I would look at it as lesbian porn.
Sure,
I would
there you go.
consider it.
There you
Like,
go.
You know, if you want to get
Dino's been so quiet.
And dude, they're also, I'll confess this too. For a while, I was like really into jerking off to just plastic surgeried out bimbo monsters. Just, and it's not because like that's the type of chick I'm attracted to in real life. It's just like sometimes it's just like the fantasy of just having sex with this creation that just has nothing to do with reality is a nice just that fantasy. And I found this one, and I was like, oh, big titties. You know, love it. Big fucking fake ass. Like, ah, perfect. Oh, those lips. And then, what the hell is that thing? Boy, if that isn't the thickest, longest cock I've seen in my month of masturbation. There's this cock came out of nowhere. And I was like, well, I liked the upper half. Like, so what does that make me? And I realized, like, hey, this surgery is getting good, I guess is what I'm getting at here.
Oh, they're getting, yeah. Johnny Mitchell has a joke about how girls have to deal, like they got to compete with a guy named Mike or formerly named Mike who looks like a supermodel. I mean, you know, the surgery's getting good. The transgender women are getting hotter. I mean, the future, you know.
It's looking bright.
It's looking bright.
The
dude.
future.
It's looking bright.
What's that?
I was gonna say the future is male.
Down
Overall.
with the patriarchy. Hashtag the future is female.
The future is male, dude. I like it. Joni, if you, so primary surgery, you would get your penis removed. Would you do any other surgeries?
I definitely like don't want a boob job or anything. I don't really know. Like there's like I need to do better with my voice, and that's something I'd like is to have a higher register. There's surgeries for that, but that's kind of like an intense one.
Yeah.
So it's pretty scary.
It sounds pretty high. It sounds like a woman's voice. I don't think you need to worry
Thanks.
about that.
That makes me
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah. And
Right?
that
I'm
guy
always
in
very
does.
self-conscious about those.
No,
things.
your voice is like a woman's voice.
that guy in the Notre Dame football documentary, the dude who played on the Notre Dame football team, and a trans woman posed as a Samoan girl because this guy was Samoan on the football team and they had a long distance relationship. It was a biological man who could channel a woman and just get into this mindset. Dr. Phil ran a bunch of vocal tests on him where they had professionals analyze this man's voice, and they said there's no way this guy over here is the woman we're hearing on these phone calls talking to the Notre Dame football player, catfishing him. But then they showed him on camera. He curled up into a ball and gets into the mindset of a woman, and his voice completely changed. Wow. He basically like defied medical science when he got into the right mindset. And Joni, I think that what I'm getting at is you can change your voice through the right level of concentration.
And you're
There's
already
definitely training for it.
I think you're doing a great job with the voice. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Thank you.